you really enjoyed yesterday's session, all the sessions. And yesterday, Manoj Bhai gave introduction to the foreign direct investment, right? And you got the basics of FDI. Now we are going to take a next step, like learning certain sector-specific FDI regulations. And for that, uh, chartered accountant, and he is going to talk about practical aspects of foreign direct investment in realty sector. He has various clients, big clients in the realty sectors, and he has a hands-on experience of FDI in realty. So we have Pushpak, CA Pushpak Sir with us, and before I request Vijay Bhai to introduce him, I request Vijay ji to offer a small memento on our behalf. I request Vijay ji to introduce CA.
Good morning to all of you. So welcome to this second day. I think you all enjoyed and learned yesterday's 4 sessions. So we are starting with this session on real estate. Krit Bhai has already introduced partly Mr. Pushpak Shah, but I will read out formally what his profile is. He is a science graduate. He is a practicing chartered accountant, founder of P. Raj and Company Chartered Accountants with over 27 years of experience. He is mainly engaged in business strategy, solutions, advisory segment, apart from other tax and audit related expertise. His practice is global and he is actively involved in companies in UK, US, Nigeria, Norway, Singapore, Sweden, Indonesia, etc. He was instrumental in implementing the largest FDI in India in real estate when the sector was opened and the first private equity investment in the real estate by ICICI Venture. He was the first to implement the listing of foreign subsidiary of an Indian company on the main board of Singapore Stock Exchange. So welcome, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, friends. Good morning. On Saturday, I asked Mr. Kedia whether this is a formal or casual. So he inspired me to overdress as compared to you. When I came here and see you all of that in the jeans and t-shirt, I am jealous of it. So excuse me for overdressing. So the PowerPoint presentation which is shared with you, don't worry. Even if you don't get, we will share a soft copy with you. BCA may not give, but Pushpak Shah will give it. You people are saying, but normally you are not giving it. Because you want to sell through online. So what I'm going to do, my slide is running into 45 pages. Don't worry about it. I won't bore you so much. First 17 slide is already covered yesterday. What is the FDI into India? So these 17 slides, I will only take 4-5 points which are practical aspects need to be there. Then from slide 18 to 40, I'll be boring you the most. And 40 to 45, there is a separate session conducted by them, BCA, to see what is the application. So what I say, if you see the entire regulation, basically it is divided into 3 phases. What is the overall FDI coming into India? Then particular sector, and then what is the procedure? Procedure remain uniform for all. So first session and third session, slide 1 to 17 and 39 to 47 is basically common. It is nothing to do with real estate. So Kirit has requested me to elimination from my syllabus. Option है आपके पास. So without wasting much time, you have to understand. I'm not going by slide. I'll go quickly, but I want, since I told you, because when I got a request from BCA, that Pushpak, please will be obliged to take you as a speaker. If you say real investment in FDI by real estate, then I ask, yes, I will be happy to do that. How much time allocated to me? He said 1 hour 15 to 20 minutes. I said I require only 5 minutes because in the real estate FDI is not permitted. So to say this sentence it requires 2 minutes and then 45 minutes we go out, right? So how many of you are with me that FDI in real estate is not permitted? All are not with me because they are into construction. So it is actually FDI permitted into construction, not into the investment. See from where it is coming. So if you understand the substance of it, you will understand the law more carefully. Rather than reading, it is misconfusing, misinterpretation, then you call to senior say, I'll get back to my other partner and get back to you. By the time the client doesn't want you. So if you see the Indian, forget about FDI, what is the RBI economic policy to get investment into the various fields? Now specifically I come to the real estate. So if you want to buy a land, does RBI bank permit you to lend? Please be interactive. Either yes or no. No. Same philosophy is followed for the investment in outside country. When they don't allow you domestic bank to fund for land, how can they allow FDI to invest into it? Why it is not done? Can you tell me? That is one of the economic factors, yes. Anybody else? What is the principle of RBI not to allow certain activities for funding, whether it is foreign or domestic? As you said, the outcome of that may be inflation. But what is the main principle? No. See, if you see the DPR 34, the land previously used to give 1.33 in the city. Now it gives to 5. With the scarcity, if you can't go horizontal, you go taller. Exactly reverse of what you do in life. After the age of 18, we stop growing up, so we grow this way. So what I'm trying to say, there is no scarcity. What is it? Is basically the principle of RBI is a speculation, which lead to inflation. He said rightly, but I'm saying any activity, I'm talking of general, which lead to speculation is not permitted by RBI, whether by domestic banks or by. So we chartered accountant very smart along with the advocates. So how the land is funded now? By domestic. Forget about the FI. I'll come back to the, if you want to do funding for the land, in the speaker I'm saying that it is not permitted, but it is widely permitted. Something which is not permitted is come with the cost, extra cost. Just give you example. That if you go to a bank and say that I want a funding for the land, he will take out circular and he will say you, okay, I'm not permitted to do it. But then he go to the boss when the appraisal of the material they discuss in the way. I got a proposal of 2,000 crore from one of the developer to fund against the land, and since RBI does not permit, so I said no. So I work hard to get the client, but because of the regulation, I'm not able to lend it, not increasing my source. So okay, the HO, the main people in the organization, they say, okay, tell them to come and meet me. Now the manager is scratching his head. He is not permitted to lend, but why my boss want to waste my time with the client? Okay, so he said, okay, you want to fund it, I'll fund you. So every bank has a surrogate NBFC. The regulation is that bank cannot lend it for land. So then there is NBFC. The bank lend to NBFC. NBFC give by way of debentures or loan for acquisition of land. So let's say example, the cost of the bank is 9%. The administrative cost of the NBFC is 1%. Example I'm giving. So it is 10%, and they want interest margin of 3.5 to 5% depending upon the credit rating of the borrower. So same money, otherwise you're getting at 10%. Now you're getting at 15%. Like it is a spirit you get in the Gujarat. Although Gujarat you will not get alcohol. But most of you must be aware that you get alcohol, but at slightly higher price than the Gujarat. Same applies to this one. So far clear? So substance is, RBI does not allow you to build up speculation, but you can do it with the help of chartered accountant like us, as I said, when all of you, with the help of the lawyer. Now I will tell you the majority of the work is done by chartered accountant in any deal, but he is the least paid person because the top four want their network partner to be auditor. The top four more the merchant Mangaldas like lawyers who will give opinion whether FDI is investment or not. We give only end use certificate, which is certificate. So for that end use certificate, you need to know the substance of the transaction. With that, I'm not going to tell you which form to be filed, what is the procedure. I'm going to crux on it. That's why I said it is a practical aspect. What is not permitted and how we are doing it, that is my hub. So over a period, you will say, okay, it is not permitted, but I still get you. Within the law, I'm not saying that anything below the law we should not do. Now law is very clear that, you know, if you go to jail, like I was, when going to Singapore for the main listing IPO, there is a process. Okay. If you become a director in that company, the legal lawyer, along with the Singapore Stock Exchange people, will take you onto conference call. And they will tell you what are the obligations you are taking. Still you want to be a director? So I had a 4 hours con call, wherein they said, if you do this, 50 times, they said, if you do this misconduct, you will be behind the jail. Still you want to be a director? So I told them, are you scaring me? So I said, I'm a vegetarian, pure Jain guy. Okay. So does your jail provide vegetarian food? So in that context, you have to say, what I'm trying to say, the law in that country, those countries are very strict. If you do something wrong, you be prepared to go where you don't want to go. Okay. In India, chalta hai. That chalta attitude is now stopping because everything is online. If you ask any chartered accountant of my age or elder to me, they say, kar lo yaar, dekha jayega. I know this commissioner ho jayega. Nowadays, he said, nahi bhai, wo commissioner ko bhi, usko bhi problem hai, dene ka nahi dene ka. In that context, I'm starting. So, these are the sectors which RBI doesn't want it. So, they are implemented in the FSR. So, what is that? Lottery. Jabki government of Maharashtra or any government of state selling lottery. You know the lottery ka commercial aspects of it. If you buy a lottery, 65% of the money collected will be distributed as price. That means 35% is assured profit. Now, why any businessman should not do? So there was a discussion in the parliament. Of course, it was not noted in question answer because every discussion happened in parliament. Like even the FDI discussion, Lok Sabha ka question answer by some parliament member, which is documented. So which I put it here. Ki what you can read. What is the substance behind it? Law may be speaking, RBI circular may be speaking something, the FDI guideline may be speaking something, but what is the interpretation of that? So lottery is one of the things which is not permitted. God knows to them. Gambling and betting. Now, what is gambling? Chartered accountant gamble every day. Trading and transferable development right. Please read very carefully. What is the word says? Trading. That means people, if you don't read with the substance, that means you cannot buy and sell. You can buy and use it for development. That is the construction. If you buy and sell, then it is trading. Correct? That is my answer. See, let's say the land give you FSI of 2. Example, it may be 2.4, 1.3, depend upon the state and in the geography which you are. Like now road width also decide DPR rights. So if you are put into a company where the land is big, you require money. So whatever money you put for construction and whatever TDR you sell, because of you don't want to develop 10 lakh square feet, only 5 lakh. That money has to be utilized, substance I'm talking about, towards construction. That cannot be used to buy back him. Then you're defaulting. This is, I'm talking about practical aspect. This is the situation where, actually discussion happen with the RBI. Cheat funds. Lot of chartered accountant and BCA is busy in giving this presentation, all unrecognized deposit and all that. So although deposit is not prohibited, but you know that lot of cheat fund problems are arising in the country. Sharda Gotala, all of you must read the Sara ka MBA, Sara group ka, why Sara is out in. Can anybody answer? Subrata Rai is inside the jail. What crime he has created? Sorry? I know the election defeat, so no issue. This is the general man interpretation. Mayawati ka paisa hai, Mulayam ka paisa hai. This is all common man will say. CA should say what exactly charges on him. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So he was in the city, you're in the lane. Come to the house. Next, anyone? You must read it. That it is Supreme Court decision available on the website. Again, you're in the city. I want somebody to enter the house. When you enter the house, I'll tell you, come into the bedroom. So basically, it is a violation of the SEBI. Now you will say how it is violated SEBI. He is not even listed. Correct? So normal chartered accountant come. If he is not listed, SEBI is not applicable to me. So most of the chartered accountant who doesn't have a registered client, they don't read SEBI law. That exactly happened with the Sara. If you place your equity with more than 50 people, or you collect the money from the defaulter, you require SEBI approval. Not only for equity, but also for the money which you raise. It has to be a registered document. Like you are unlisted company. You want to raise debenture, that can be listed. And FIs are only permitted to invest into listed debenture, although it is surrogate listing. Morning you apply to BSE or NSE, evening you get the approval. Hardly 2-3 investors, they never trade it, they hold it till maturity. This is the form and substance difference. So Nidhi companies, then real estate business, and Mr. Rajesh and Kirit wanted me to speak on that. Okay, investment into real estate, and then I have to say no, right? So because prohibited state sector, real estate business or construction of farmhouse. Because farmhouse, lot of parties are there, so they don't want people to enjoy there. There is no logic of it. So real estate business means it is very clearly defined. What is the real estate? So if you look at the real estate, I'm talking about practical aspect. These things I'm going to leave it to you for your reading. So please excuse me, allow me to, because certain things I cannot put on the paper. You understand me? And feel free to discuss with me. So in a project cost of real estate, let's say 1,000 crore is the cost. How much is the land cost? About 50 to 60% depend upon the area in which you are. So let's say 500 crore is the land cost. What is the construction cost? 2,000 to 4,000 depend upon area and the heights. So balance is IDC and the profit if at all you make it. Okay. So what happened? RBI is permitting you only for construction purpose, which is 30% of the project cost, 20 to 30 depend upon the project. 70% is not. That's why when you go to the next slide, when we come to real estate portion of it, it is basically very low quantum given in the. But now with the rates opening up, you will see that whatever cumulative when the FDI is open till date, we have received 1,12,000 crore. My estimate कि next 5 years will exceed that figure 1,12,000. मतलब if we will collect it in 20 years 1,12,000 crore, may be possible to raise in 3 years 1 lakh crore. How and what, that we'll discuss if time permits. Then manufacturing cigar, this is the, wherever they say don't do it, it is available to you, cigarette, they will give you a big photo and they charge you heaviest GST on it. So they are not saying that you don't do it, you do it, but I'll charge you royally. If not officially, unofficially. Activities reserved for PSU. Which are the activities reserved for PSU? Atomic energy and railway operation. Now all these railways come, if you see the agreement of which is the biggest bullet train of Mr. Modi, it is funded by Japanese. The interest cost is 2% per annum, not 2% per month, and it is for 30 years. Is it as good as equity? So they cannot own the railway. They have a financial rights over outcome of it. They cannot take railway and say, okay, मैं यहाँ पे खाने रखूँ, I will straightway Ahmedabad to Surat and Surat to Mumbai. It is not possible. They have only right of financial outcome of the project. So if the same is happening with the real estate, when the real estate is done, I've covered in the example. I'm just, because this is the crux of it. When the real estate business you talk about, they don't give right of the land and building. They give right to control the land and building. Now it has two different meaning. You can invest into the company, but you cannot buy the land. That means that vehicle will remain Indian entity. And the second principle of it, the outcome of that will not go to individual. It will be restricted to this one. If you see the arbitration award of the biggest FDI, after we invested first FDI of $150 million, I'm talking about 2005. Lehman Brothers have invested in Unitech, in our Mumbai project, which is called Golibar. What happened to that? Lehman Brothers that time invested $200 million into it. And he was asking 5,000 crore to sell this project to me. Okay, I said, good. Now, he said he has all the rights on the land. So, misunderstood by interpretation in the wording, it is said, it is very clearly RBI intention and also the discussion. But we chartered accountant or lawyer give opinion on the basis of how you read, not intended what they wanted to write. So, always go behind the transaction, what is the substance of it. Don't go into the form. ये line में लिखा है, वो छोड़ो या line. तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ऑर्डर दिया है. This was the arbitration award in the Singapore government. Lehman Brothers have won it. Now, any dispute happened with the Indian entity, the award is given in Singapore, arbitration award, in the favor of Lehman Brothers. It has to be implemented by Indian law. They have to apply to Indian courts to get implemented the order. Now, so it is go to the High Court. The Supreme Court order is still pending. So they said, okay, you have a financial right. You don't have a right over the land. And that time it was done in such a way, कि financial right, when you follow the governance, then you have a right, right? If you don't have a governance, where is the question of right? You maybe have right, but you will not be able to collect it. So, classic example of Lehman Brothers, 500 crore they invested, 50 rupees that time rate. They were asking 5,000 crore, and today he's ready to settle at 200 crore. Okay? You got the substance? Any doubts? What is the substance behind the RBI by putting the policy? If you see, like real estate, a lot of things has to come. Now, there are two routes. I'm not going to spend much time on that because it is already covered yesterday. So, automatic route, government route, register for FO. Like when you have a listed company, and if you see the object of the most of the listed company when there is IPO or QIP or any other matter, they always write the object that I will use this money for the land, construction and general corporate purpose. This is standard. Now, if it is listed company, you people assume that it is money which you raise from outside will be permitted to use for purchase of land. How many of you say yes, and how many of you say no? And please say rest of it, I don't know. So I assume, okay, there is a. So if FII holding more than 10% of the equity of a listed company, then that comes under the FDI. If it is less than 10%, it comes FEI, now FEI. So it comes to this one. So what I'm trying to say, you have to see when you get the book built, no single foreigner holder should hold more than 10%. I'm telling you a practical example. When some of the company launch IPO, and when they come, okay, you're raising 400 million, very good size. I will subscribe 400 million ka check to you. You come through the route. Okay, I said. But if you go to lawyer, he will also say, he will put condition ki you cannot do this. Nobody reads it. So I said, if I want at least 10 investors to put full my books, QIB investors, because if I give more than 10% of the company, not of the size, then I have to say, while he may be having demand, he is giving you check, but if his holding goes more than 10%, then I have to comply with the FDI regulation. And if I comply FDI regulation in real estate, I cannot invest into the land. Whole purpose of raising the fund is get reward. So you have to be very particular, because merchant banker दो सूट पहन के, he will tell you ये है, ये पैसा डालने को ready है. But you should know, he is ready, but how much you can take. Like he arrange a beautiful desk for the food, but you will take food different about your hunger, different about your like, different about your health. It is not just he is providing food, so we take all. Correct? So this is the substance of raising money, whether it is listed, unlisted, and all that. So you have to keep that in mind, from whom you can take. Then you have to say sectoral cap and all that. These are the only I will tell you. Investors, okay, eligible investors. Now, who can take FDI? See, we come to the real estate, but first we have to come on with the FDI regulations, then sector specific. So, although it is covered, so I told I'll take 2 to 3 minutes. So, can a proprietor take money? Non-repatriable, but no, only from NRI. So how does, like, we being chartered accountant, I'm sorry for it, we always compare our income tax knowledge and give opinion. For income tax, it is very clearly said that there is no difference between the partnership firm and LLP when you go for tax purpose. But it is a huge difference for the other method. What happened? In the partnership firm, FDI is not permitted. And in LLP, FDI is permitted. Why so? If you remember the principle that RBI want to restrict that liability should not flow down to individual partners. In LLP, it does not. In partnership, it is. Hence, it is not permitted. The two other things which I want to say, that any entity formed by Pakistani or Bangladeshi or any individual, from that you cannot take money. God knows why Bangladesh and why Pakistan. There are so many countries from which we should not take. China, we can take it. Bye. Although he object to all your resolutions. Okay. Now, trust. We said about proprietor, we talk about partnership firm, LLP and partnership firm. Now there is a difference you understand from FEMA. From income tax, there is no difference. Now trust. As you know, that trust is not permitted. Trust is nothing but association of person, whether registered or unregistered, and whatever income come, either you pay tax and distribute, or individually has to tax. It's very simple. You know, 1962 say all we are advising, so we are very, and it has reached 10 Supreme Court decision, what is to be taxed, when to be taxed, how much to be taxed, and who is to be taxed. So as the principle of the RBI, that the liability of the entity in which you raise should not flow to its owners, then how it is permitted to trust? So it is trust not permitted, but they put it as a special vehicle. If you read today's newspaper, that embassy office going for REIT, and they have raised pre-IPO 1,250 crore. Overall object is to raise about 5,000 crore. Now entire money is raised through trust, which is not permitted. Then how they do it? So then there is a trust which is specifically called REIT. So REIT is permitted. It is called special purpose vehicle. It is not AOP. You may be having land in AOP. Then you say, इसने किया है तो मैं क्यों नहीं करूँ? नहीं. That is to be a registered vehicle. Registered with SEBI. When I say registered vehicle, it is not with the other entity. So you have to be careful that trust, although we are saying that it is not permitted, but REIT, it is permitted, which is nothing. So REIT is what? Exactly, they are messing it up. It took 5 years to raise first fund in the REIT because of the taxation issue, but principal issue is still, if you go to the UK market or London market or Singapore, and all available on the Singapore site of the REIT, Indian law says that minimum holding should be there to go for it of the promoter. Correct? So they say that one person should have a majority control over the trust. The whole meaning and substance of the trust is goes. If one person is controlling the trust, then it is not a trust. It is a proprietary firm. So if you go to Singapore, if you want to form a trust, REIT, then no promoter should hold more than 25%. The moment you exceed more than 25%, all benefits and given to trust like tax and all that is collapse. So it should be widely distributed. Now when we talk about trust, REIT, we talk about only real estate, that too commercial space. If you look at the other country, see today the problem of country is that we are facing a problem with the RBI by lending to the banks. 20 lakh crore has been put money into NPA. After the bankruptcy code, about 3.5 lakh is recovered, and more like about 10 lakh will be recovered, 40 or 50% of the total. But another 10 lakh in making NPA. Why this 10 lakh is coming from whom? Because of the wrong funding. Not I'm saying wrong funding, wrong structure of the funding. I told you surrogate way of funding. You don't to invest into so and so, but through other route you can invest it, which is legally permitted. I can raise money in NBFC and give it to the developers, but directly I can't give to developers. So 3 to 4% extra cost, this one. Okay, you understand what I'm trying to say? So trust is now permitted, but regulation you will see that if you see abroad, the power plants, what is the structure of funding of the power plant? You charge variable cost, you charge your capacity cost, capital cost, you charge your profits, and that's all. So there's a trust form where entire asset is held by the trust. When the tariff comes to the reserve, this much is given to the REITs, fixed, this much is given to reserve. So entire funding of the infrastructure is by way of trust. Trust goes to the factories also, like she's a young, she wants to set up a plant. So she will go to the bank and say, Mudra, I'll give you loan, and which is restricted to only the personal fees which you can pay for studying the project report. The loan will not be exceeding much. So if she has a better idea, the other countries, what they say, okay, you don't invest into the assets of the company. We will take your idea. The trust, when the asset is built, till then bank is funding, and then it is given to REITs. Maybe factory premises, maybe a capital assets. So all that funding is possible. Only your idea and operation expertise remain in with you. Rest is given funding. Here what happened, one bank lends and he thinks that he is owner and he lose 50%. Normally if you see, bank should lose the first equity wipe off, but here bank is losing more than the promoter. So this is a mess in which we are stipulated the various guidelines. इसने चोरी किया, ये दरवाजा बंद कर दिया. अरे भैया वो खिड़की खोला है. Unless you look holistic view, this is not going to solve. But government is taking this in the right direction. So definitely you will get it over a period when you become a consultant, so-called. Definitely it will come. Me and sir, you I have to excuse me, I have not got this chance. As I told you, partnership and all, real estate. So now, when you go as chartered accountant, instrument is the major thing. Now, if you realize the substance of the FDI, definitely you look at the instrument. What you mean by instrument? Equity or debt? But most of the FDI which has come into India has a glorified debt. I give you equity, but you give me obligation at X IRR, I have to purchase it, or promoter obligation or company obligation. It is nothing but debt. Debt is available at 12%. I have taken you IRR of 18% and default 3% more. So 21% pay by. Which property gives you double in 5 years? If you see the last 2 years, ready reckoner rate, not even today they announced, ready reckoner rate is the same which was in 17. I was expecting it to drop it by 5%. How? What is the logic of it? How the ready reckoner rate is decided? I'm again restricting myself to real estate. How the ready reckoner rate is decided? It is not a mercy of minister. The average value of the agreement registered during the year, that is the rate, and apply inflation and do it. Because of the amendment in the income tax, if you do agreement below the ready reckoner rate, both people will be taxed. Correct? So the agreement value will never come down. The government will always increase. Now last year amended, you can do up to 95%. That means all agreement will come below 95%. Then the ready reckoner rate should come low. Not this year, next year. So there are various optionally clause. I'll pay 25% of it, although it is covered, but I'm just putting it, the substance of it. The term sheet says, okay, you will have a buyback at X IRR. You will have optionally convertible. If your performance is low, my equity will move from 10 to 20%. Waterfall can be then, okay, I lose the equity, promoter will be the last, the person last in, first out. LIFO method when they invest. My money should come first, you promoter die. So all these clauses we have to say whether this instrument is getting a flavor of equity or debt. If it is a flavor of debt, which is called glorified debt, then ECB guidelines, and ECB guidelines does not permit you to for particular purpose. I'm not touching on ECB guidelines because there is a separate session for which you may ask an RSM. Optionally clause should be very carefully read whether it is giving glorified equity or glorified debt. Warrants and partly paid up. Now warrants have a certain period. They can give 25% upfront and they have to only validity of 18 months. When the preference shares are given, why preference shares? This is the most favored instrument of OCD. Why such an instrument favoring the investors? Because it has a right of redemption in case of dissolution prior rights. Water flow mechanism. So till I convert equity is decided how much equity will put into the company. At the value is decided. Compulsory minority convertible on certain event that is decided. So if he invests by way of OCD, he get the equity return, but in case of something goes wrong in the company, on the liquidation he get a priority. That is the only substance of it. Don't try to put valuation defer on that. Don't put assured return on that. No. The valuation when they put the money has to be carried out then. The pricing has to be agreed today. It cannot be said linked to this one unless it is domestic. Then we have to say you have a surrogate NBFC, through that you invest. Now come to the curve. Real estate sector is one of the critical sectors. What we say, it is the good for the economy. If real estate goes, cement, steel, labor, everything goes. In a project of let's say 20 lakh square feet in Bombay, if it is constructed, how many people get employment? Direct employment. Any idea? I'm putting some 20 lakhs number for the purpose to show the size of 60-story 2 buildings and all that. About 4,000 people get direct employment. the cement and steel consumption, power consumption, the charter accountant consultant, the architects, these are all indirect. So it is a huge boost to the economy. Like how America was built? By building the roads. Vajpayee has followed the same thing. When you do the road, you get a lot of employment to the near people, cement, steel consumption, so economy goes up and the money flows back into the system. So if you see in last 5 years, the government spending is much higher than the private, because private has dried up because of the past error of judgment. I'm not saying it is a fraud. Please don't misunderstand me. So what is, it is in FDI, when you see that, okay, the sector in which government wants to raise it, but because of the corporate governance issues or industry issue, anybody can guess me how much will be the investment to real estate as compared to percentage of the total investment in India? Any rough idea? Because they are specific, only I've seen two to three sectors which are selected for the sector specific in this seminar which you're. Who said? Sir, you're talking about future? I may agree with you. Yeah. So 25 billion again is a chart accountant, sir will kill me. 25 billion taking 70 as a rate. So next slide is, see, this is the total investment made till 18. Of course, it is government data, so you have to rely to the extent what you want to. 6% of the total 1,85,32,000. Telecom, if you see service sector, 3,98,000, 2,11,000, then it is coming to 6%, which is 1,18,000 crore. Now, how much FDI has been returned? They are able to. The biggest issue when you talk to any private equity, they are willing to fund you, but the pain is how you will take me out. Exit. I call it pain of private equity. I'm writing a book on that. So what I'm trying to say, in spite of this is the most sector which government is pushing, affordable housing by 22, you will get everybody a house. But investment in that because is 6% because of two things. One, corporate governance, and second is, like I told you, only 30% of the project cost is get funded by FDI, not balance 70%. Please understand. Now, which segment money has come? Commercial. Why commercial? Because exit is sure. At least you're getting, you're not engaged into selling daily basis. The agreements are made for 5 years, 3 years, 9 years, depend upon your requirement. You can exit by way of very easily. Like if a land of 10 lakh square feet, give you a 15 lakh square feet, I'm giving you a rental of 350 rupees. What will be value of it? Again, I'm putting question. Land of 15 lakh square feet, the value 15 lakh square feet you can develop. The construction cost and all that you put about 2,000 crore, because 1,000 crore you pay from raising your FSI 1.33 to 5, depend upon the road width. So many people must be aware, if you read carefully the DPR, DCR 34 and all that, whatever incremental FSI 1.33 to 5 has to be paid to government at a 50% of the ready reckoning rate. So you may be having ancestral land which is valued at 10 lakhs, 10 crore, 5 crore, 100 crore. But if you pay, like one example I'm giving you, if you're constructing one property in Worli, your land acquisition cost is 100 crore, example. The premium to raise up to FSI, you're paying 1,200 crore. And it will grow up because it is linked to the ready reckoning rate. So if ready reckoning rate is increased, the premium will go up. Okay. So that is the level of money required. Now FDI, you can take that money for constructing it. So your construction cost become very high. So construction cost of the entire property, assuming beautiful property, it will not exceed 1,000 crore. But 1,200 crore you have to pay to take approvals for extra FSI. And whatever material you purchase for construction, on that you are paying GST. Now you will not get this benefit of credit. So you're killing the industry. Like if you see the amendment, what happened in the GST, the money you collected from customer part whatever you paid by way of purchase, you're getting credit, and balance you're paying to the government. Now they say whatever you paid by way of purchase, you will not be entitled to the credit. Whatever you collect 5% and give it. So customer got benefit, government got revenue the same, the ultimate loss is to developer, and they're already dying. You know that industry is dying because of the regulation. Excess regulate, if your son also, he will find out the ways to run out of it. So I'm telling you why commercial space, because there is an exit given. Yeah, sure. See, if you see various, like if you see the jail of Norway, of course, I have not done study with any objective, only with the intention of running it. And we have presented to government of Maharashtra also. Why Malya has not been able to come out to India? Why India not able to bring Malya into India? What is the argument the UK court? Jails are not good. Taking that as a clue, and you please verify what are the qualities of the jail in the Norway, in the Europe. You forget Norway. Norway I'm saying because I've seen it. Seen it with the intention only to see it. So it is a very high class building. It is like as good as 7-star, not even 5-star. All facilities, only they are being not they are restricted to go out and connect with. They get all the newspaper, all TV. You can write the book and you become a R&D consultant for that. So we said this is the condition. Why can't like you give us? We'll construct a jail for you, and we'll give it to you. We'll charge you per packs you put into it. And also that they are being paid for the job which they're doing. What here they do, you may be chartered accountant. If you're put into a jail, you can't advise them. You have to do only that labor work. पत्थर तोड़ो, ये तोड़ो, उसका 70-80 रुपया बीड़ी बनाओ, मिल जाएगा. So what I'm trying to say, we are not amending as per the requirement of this one. That's a old age home. If you see the old age home, Morgan Stanley, one guy who left the Morgan Stanley and started this concept, was lot of like previously the employment of the female workers, female people were not there. Now if you see the CA outcome, the female, more female than the male. So your daughter or your sister got studied very hard. She is ranking at par or probably more than the boys are. But once she get married, the parents want that they should be at home. Now it has changed. So most of the female are working. The male is working. Now many times the male and female also working out of the station. So let's say you got a job in US or UK or Singapore. Your parents will not able to move because they don't want to move because entire life they spend here, their circle is here, social life, everything. Old age home I'm talking about. So what happened? Okay, there are Hello Health. I'm giving the name. The person started leaving Morgan Stanley. He started, I will develop a Hello Health center where you will be a member of it. If any health issue of your parents, you be maybe in the UK, you can't come every time. So then you contact that Hello Health guy. He'll come. He'll take you to doctor, whichever you want. He will recommend also. When he goes to doctor, he get the priority because he bring so many patients. If he need nursing at the home, he will do it. He will take care of your parents. Same is now when the generation is growing, developing, more and more old age home will be in. So this is the future business. Old age home will be there, and lot of benefits by the government if you build up old age home. Previously was only a charitable object. The moment you put commercial into it, people are excited. First you do charity or you do commercial. First you do commercial, earn your pockets, and to earn more, you do charity. Okay, sir? Now FDI, 100% under automatic route is permitted in construction, not in real estate. Not permitted, FDI is not permitted in any entity which is engaged in any real estate business. I'll come back to that real estate business. Construction of farmhouse, trading in transfer developing rights. These are the three factors. So that means it is only permitted for construction. For that you require TDR. You can purchase it with the money which you raise, but you can't sell it. Even if you sell it, that money has to be put into. You have to have a valid reason why you're selling it. Let's say my land is giving you FSI of 3. I purchased TDR assuming that. Then government came with the restriction because of the height restriction, new airport coming, so you can consume only 2. So that extra FSI, there has to be a substantial reason. You can't say, "Nee, I assume that my FSI will be 7. I purchase, now FSI not increased, so I'm selling it." This is nothing but speculation, which will lead to inflation. It is not permitted. So while giving end use certificate, this is the most requirement for charter accountant. Any trading in transferable development right. Construction of farmhouse. Now, you say that okay, you take a land, you do the trunk infrastructure, but you can't do the farmhouse. It is again a very gray area, and lawyers are using it to the best of their expertise. What is real estate business? Has been defined in dealing in land and immovable properties with a view earning profit thereof does not include. Any person does trading without having an intention of earning profit? Government के साथ loss खेलते हैं हम लोग. When young chartered accountant comes and talk to me, we are a perfect case, we will love to fight with it. I said, okay, do you play a game called loss? Because you're fighting with the officer. You may be right. He has nothing to lose and you have a lot to lose. So who will lose more? Ultimately, decision is that you will lose more if you fight. So surrender it. I'm not telling you surrender, fight it. But say, मैं जो भी कर रहा हूँ तेरे पे उपकार कर रहा हूँ. I'm doing it for the benefit. I don't want to do this loss game. Following exclude from definition of the real estate. Real estate broking services, investment in units, which I told you, like trust, it is not permitted, but it is now permitted by way of trust. But again, the kuna is that as compared to the global, 50% holding has to be, 75% holding has to be with promoter. Jabki all developed countries say that if your promoter holding exceed 25%, then all benefit given to it will collapse. It will come. Over a period, एक दो trust करके मैच करेंगे ना तो होगा. Earning of rent income on lease of property not. You must all have seen Viviana Mall, correct? Now that is owned by whom? 50% of the equity is given by the private equity. This is the first, like Runwal also, if you see the project, it is 50% equity by the same person. So they make more money. So in mall or commercial estate, what it is, principle of the RBI is that, okay, you're not buying it with the intention of selling. You will lease it out. That is permitted. That's why if you see all malls have got private. This is the substance of it. So read in that concept, earning of rent income on lease property. Otherwise, what happens? A charter accountant will say, okay, you purchase the property, rent it for 2 years, then sell it. Perfectly right in terms of, but then you will get love letter and you will get money also for fighting the love letter. So if you see how the law is evolving, minimum capitalization, now it is done away with. Previously they say minimum size is required. Now it is done away. Exit and lock-in instrument. So lock-in is 3 years. Lot of cry and all that was there with the FDI. So government said, okay, if you complete the project, I will allow you to exit. If you don't complete, I will definitely put restriction of 3 years. The lock-in period of 3 years will also not apply to hotels, tourist resorts, hospitals, special economic zone, education institution, old age homes, investment. So all these, like what we call so-called charitable activity prior, now permitted to do by FDI without locking. Like hotels, if we see the hotel industry as a whole, it is bleeding. Almost all hotels went to bankrupt. So Oyo, if you see, it is now the largest market cap in terms of all hotel industry, better than the Taj and the Oberoi's. Why? They follow Uber and Ola method of funding. Aggregating. They don't invest, like Ola doesn't have any single car in his balance sheet. Asset light. They all, you buy the car, you register with the, I'll show you the customers and I'll charge you 20%. So it's better for consumer. So if you're sitting with the asset, you will be killed. All people who are sitting with the asset, I'll give you example. You know Mr. Yogi and Modi very well. They like your management. They want to give to you the Taj Mahal of India, which is the best property in the India and the world. It is renowned. Will you take it? I'm asking question. Uska hi answer do. Don't guma mat. I am giving you a gift, valid gift, huh? Taj Mahal. Will you accept it or no? Zero gift, love and affection. No income tax because you are not relative, but government may sub exemption. So he says yes, I'll take it. If he comes to me, I'll say तू अभी का अभी इसको रिफंड कर. Why? ये बोला इतना मुश्किल से इतना प्यार करके मोदी का सब पैर दबा के तो मेरे को मिला है, तो उसको गिफ्ट करने को बोलता है, वापस देने को बोलता है. The maintenance of a Taj Mahal is 300 crore and the toll collected is 100 crore. So 200 crore every year you will lose. Unless you give me right to increase the tariff, I will not take it. So you may be doing asset, but yielding the asset, economic value addition on the asset has to be looked into it. So you think 2 times before anybody give you gift. Sorry? Yeah. WeWork, what they do? Let's say this BC office. It is only used for the Saturdays, Sundays, and 6 to 8 only. So he give it to WeWorks. He'll maintain your office. So you will get like a conference room and all that, and certain space will be given. So they take a larger space and give it to the small people. The WeWork, if you see, the first year profitability is very high. Because the asset, when they take it, like leasing property is not able to lease out. You see many buildings where leasing is not permissible. Not, customer is not. They know how to approach. This is like taxi wala versus Uber. WeWork is Uber. Okay? Exit and lock-in condition, I have told you very clearly. FDI condition, separate phase of project. Now, lock-in is given into the 3 years. So, project has a various phase. Okay, you can develop a 10 building out of this. So, when you raise FDI for first building, every tranche, say 3 years is applicable. Like infrastructure, I told you, when you do infrastructure project, trunk infrastructure is completed, then you can exit. Trunk infrastructure means what? The basic amenity of drainage, roads, all that. You buy a big land, you construct it all. Only construction is pending, but infrastructure is ready. Power, light, lavasa. Then you can do it. Lease, I told you, it is permitted now. And that's why you see that graph ranking 1. And with exit now given by REIT, it will further, like every quarter you will see 5,000 crores some is coming. So a lot of demand for the commercial properties. It will flow to the factories, it flow to the power assets and all that. So there is a big business in making, which will making this sector a big way. So we should all look into the possibility. You may be having client, maybe suffered because of the economic slowdown, government policies. Put that, if you have an asset that can be put into REIT and then convert into income. Please look into it. Definitely, you know, by giving certificate, if you give value-based advice, you will be paid 100 times more than what you give certificate. And certificate when we give, if you don't give, Pushpaksha is not giving, then Pushpaksha partner is ready to give. Then again you say transfer. It is defined in the FDI, which is linked to the Transfer Act of the property. When you talk about Transfer Act of property, it is basically half an hour we have, right? I'll finish it. Okay. So 10 slides. Oh. Oh. So transfer, when you say it is defined what you can, so that is defined separately because it is state to state. Transfer Act is different. So defined sale, title, exchange, relinquishment right or any other. You see the last point of it. any transaction by, I put in the bold, which is mine. Any transaction, again, it is expertise of chartered accountant to violate the laws it is, so now it is inserted. Any transfer by acquiring shares in the company or by way of any agreement or any arrangement or in any other manner whatsoever, which has the effect of transferring, enabling enjoyment of any immovable property. Instead of selling the property, you sell the shares which own the property. So this is covered under the FDI now. So you say that form, I purchased the shares. So it is permitted, but actually you have not purchased the shares, you purchased the immovable property. So sector specific conditions come into that. Okay? So be careful what you are doing. The form versus substance. Substance is you're buying the property, the form is you're buying the shares. So you may be violating very big way. And nowadays government loves it to put behind the bar. Yes. Yes. The same. 1, 2, comma, full stop, because everybody has to show that I have done something. Because see, if you have to see the regulation, it is very complicated and very easy. The transaction by the ministry, FDI, the agency which is operating it is RBI, issuing their own circular, depend upon what mischief placed by chartered accountant, industry, advocate. So they try to plug it without amending to him. So like, yeah, somebody must have told you, master circular now made to master directions. What is the difference? You must have been explained very carefully. The master direction is applying on you, master circular applying on both. So it does not apply on the government. Okay, so leave it. Now joint venture. Typical, now I'm moving out to the structure of the transaction. That's why we said practical aspects of it. A JV is a business arrangement where pooling of the interest is, you bring your land, I put money for construction and sell it. Don't worry, I'm not going to go beyond to 37. That is some other speaker is taking, so don't worry. I put it only for their study, so that when they study, if at all they study, they have some material to do it. Pooling of resources, what like JV normally is common. You can't afford to pay land price, then you do JV, and they mess it up. If the business is not making money, the person who put money is crying. If you're making more money, developer is crying. Well, my land and he's making money. So there is a bound dispute. 80% of the JVs are in disputes. Statistical. Not, I'm talking legal disputes. There may be a dispute internal. So JV business with the developer, please say no. Although FDI permits it. These are the conditions which I have pulled from the FEMA only, which is no restriction on height, area, minimum capitalization, all this. So answer is yes. If you entity where developer puts her land or landowner put the land and developer come with the money which is maybe in terms of FDI. So what happened here? In one vehicle the land is put, somebody put the money, and third developer, if I have a good brand where I will to sell, develop it, then it is permitted. Because again it is a financial instrument you're buying for the FDI will be applicable, although you're putting money way above equity. Many people have tried, okay, I give it to him and then FDI purchase from him. Still it comes into FDI. In existing SP it is same. Like you may have done, but now we need money, so we take from some money, it is permitted. Now development agreement. Anybody would like to say development agreement? You have a land, I enter into agreement with you, I give you part money or part area, and that's it. Is it permitted? It's a very common agreement, development agreement. FDI is permitted in development agreement. If some client come to you and he says, okay, I have a land, this is a foreign guy, I entered into development agreement, where you put the money, I'll develop it, 50% of sale you take it, 50% you give me towards my land. Is it permitted? No answer. So I answer no. Because there you are entering into agreement with the land. If you put the same thing into SPV and then SPV invest, okay. But you can't be a part of the agreement of development agreement, because then you are poaching into the rights of the land, not on the financial instrument. This is substance of it. I told you substance, you have to see whether you're buying a land or you're putting money to develop the land. Here, developing agreement, although you're putting the money for developing it, but you get the right in the land itself. That is not permitted. Like you will be covering that. Okay, if you give ECB loan and if you give immovable property as a security, there is specific permission required. And security, if they enforce, they have to auction it within a particular period. And in the auction, the foreigners are debarred from participation of it. So that temporarily comfort you're giving him, but not the ownership of it. I'm not covering that in detail. So please excuse me for this because he's looking at the watch. Okay, so development agreement. I will give you 5 minutes, don't worry about it. I will not exceed my area because there's a gun behind me. नीचे देखा तो देखता तो मेरे को डर लगता है यार. Mr. Kedia. Okay. This is a practical problem. In every office, efficiency of the people is down because of the. When I do research and tell my people to find out this one, I say I've already done Google search, so don't try to do Google. Co-development agreement. Answer is the same. No. Project management agreement. I have expertise in brand. You have a land, you have a steel factory or textile factory. We never done real estate, but by default they become wealthy. So I entered into an agreement for developing the property. That is permitted, but with the condition. There cannot be assured return linked to the performance. Linked with the performance of the project. What you mean to say by performance? Whether that project management I do, whether you incur loss or project, I'll get the same thing. Variable portion of salary is not permitted in the project management agreement. Understood? So whenever this agreement is there, management agreement, you have to see that his commercial aspect is linked, not linked to any performance. It has to be hard-coded, defined number, irrespective of the event. Clear? See, that is going to taxation point of view. Yeah, like Samsung. We are given a contract of 5,000 crore after the Reliance Convention Center building. They are giving 10,000 crore contract. We force them to set up an office in India. In the contract, we put that these are the people who work on the 18 properties over the world, which you have shown me for giving the order. They should be there till the project is completed. For that, they charge you royally, but okay, it comes to 2-3% of the project cost. Like if you come to me, you appoint me, a P. company, and definitely you compare with other chartered accountant, my fees will be 10 times higher because I also look at the commercial aspect rather than the substance. And then we go to substance, then form and sector. And if you are not able to do this, we will show you some other way. So my fees will be 5 times higher. Same way, when you go to other one, but now that contract you sign with me, and tomorrow you find that first year chartered accountant, she has joined me, and she is put on the assignment. She doesn't know what is FDI, full form name. If she advises you by paying 10 pi, you will throw me out now. So when you have a contract, you define who will be key person working on it. My all contract specifies who will be working on it. Be careful. When you do this real estate point of view, project management, Samsung may be doing it. Like a classic example I'm telling you. There was about 4,000 crore contract to be awarded for a large reputed property to be built, to be sold at 1 lakh rupees per square feet. Estimated collection of 15,000 crore from that property. I'm appointing a contract for 5,000 crore. So I invited a bid, international bid. So we selected 5 and we told them, you present to us, whoever, see what happened, when we tell them to present, whatever best thing we put and we put to him. So we ultimately given the award to one company. And then we see कि after 3 months, I see the same crane, same people to whom I rejected. They subcontracted to it. So you have to be very careful when you do contract. So the person who was seeking for the contract, I'm not able to give. I've given you the best of guy, but when I went on the site, I see okay, same person. He said, "Hi sir." I said, "तू कहाँ से आ गया? अरे मेरे को ये सब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दे दिया." वो बोलता ना सूट पहन लिया लेकिन अंदर कुछ नहीं है. Okay, this is the project management. So project management is very critical. You have to look from commercial if you are giving certificate. Otherwise, it is violating. I say 10% of the sales I give it, then you are violating. But it is linked to performance. Cost you can give because cost will remain very on. So normally when you do a contract, what are the disputes happen? Because when I give a contract to you, you estimate what will my cost and apply inflation on that, including the dollar inflation and whatever, and load profit on that and quote me. Now all of a sudden it happened. These contracts are for 5 years. You have gone wrong because of the inflation. Cement rates have gone up 22% and you estimated 10%. Or cement rate has gone down by 20% and you are paying 30%. So always in the large contract which have a longer duration, please keep in mind, you tell him ki what is your cost. So we define item A, B, C. On that, this much markup I'll give you. Whatever price you purchase, price you have to approve with it, quality. We decide the price on that markup because you're doing the work. You have this much overheads, that much I'll give you. This much profit, I'll give it. Markup is profit. So cost plus, so never dispute happen. Otherwise, either developer disputing or the contractor disputing. So cost, where define item, markup on that, fix, and the capital investment. Like a very classic example. You're developing a building which is 90-story building. You're developing contractor. So the moment contractor constructed more than 20 floors, you have a classic conditions of termination contract in case of non-performance. All that we know, lawyers will charge 50 lakhs per agreement, both sides 50-50. They put a beautiful clause of, in case of your performance is not up to the mark, I have a right to terminate, which is common. Can you terminate? Because the crane lying on the top, if you remove, you can't put it again unless the building is completed. So you have to purchase this crane and give it to him. You give it to leasing company. So in case of termination, this crane belongs to me at a pre-decided price. Otherwise, he'll charge you profit for the crane because he knows that I can't take out the crane. I can't put other crane. So it will be $10 million cost to put crane on the top, other crane. And it is a 6-month project because India doesn't have the crane which take you to the top. You don't have elevators of that size. So it is all practical things you have to think before you sign into any contract. Bulk purchase of property. Answer is no. Because you can't buy the property, you can buy the instrument for developing the property, correct? Now people have understood the substance. When they look at the reading, you have to keep these 3 points in the mind. Definitely you will not go wrong. 90% of the time you will say answer is right. 10% you still go wrong because you were reading WhatsApp when I speaking. Now this is the case study. And this case study. A company which is engaged in textile business. When I say textile business means big land is there. Correct? The textile mill was very big. A large parcel of land. Due to the various reasons, the company becomes bankrupt and gone to NCLT for debt resolution. Again, don't include NCLT ka exemption given for FDI. Please, NCLT, I will refer it only for the context, not for FDI company, because that is separately exemption given for NCLT. So we are not giving into that. A foreign entity is interested in making a bid of the above textile company, especially eyeing the land on the textile company with the object of developing it. You understood what I am trying to say? There is a one company which has 400-acre land. Went in textile once upon a time, we were darling of a Bombay Stock Exchange. Now it is a DOC of various investors. So whether my question is, can the foreign entity acquire shares in the textile company? Can the foreign entity acquire the land of the textile company along with the plant and machinery and subsequently develop with the land? Will it make a difference to the above in case of textile company is listed or unlisted? I'm giving you 2-minute break to think of it. I'm not going to answer. I have not put any answer like last 5 times. That's why I said we practical aspect. Otherwise तो क्या है नहीं कर सकता है TDR में land नहीं कर सकता होगा, right? Only FDI point of view. Whether first of all that foreign entity. Good, my question: can the foreign entity acquire shares of the textile company? It is unlisted, but temporarily because of non-compliance, it is not listed. You understood? I repeat the question because that will make very clear what you want to learn. A large land of 400 acres, a listed company of Bombay Stock Exchange, now it is got delisted. The foreigner evaluating this bid, NCLT has given the offer. Now they are preparing the paper, looking at the potential of not textile business, can develop the land and then sell it. Can they do it? Can they make a bid? This is a live example which I am facing. I have consulted 5 lawyers. 2 says yes, 2 says no, and 1 say I'll get back to you. Many, he never say no. They are the most intelligent breed of the country, but least paid. Because of why they are least paid, they only go into what is written. Like I always say, chartered accountant work is like a doctor who is performing postmortem. When you do surgery, you consult so many doctors, which doctor should be hired for doing surgery. Correct? So then any doctor which is doing surgery, his fees will be 1 lakh to 10 lakh depending upon the type of surgery. Now if the person is dead, before taking the body home, you have to do postmortem. That means to find out some event why it is died. That time anybody in their practical aspect have found out who is the doctor unless you created some murder and all that. So chartered accountant providing service of postmortem. That's why they're paying paid list. I'm not saying not because of competition, because they have so much. Same doctor has to perform postmortem. Same doctor has to do this one. Surgeon has to do postmortem, not physician. If you see the PQ of the postmortem, unless there is a murder, you will be paid very heavily. Shashi Tharoor has paid millions of dollars for carrying out the performance. Same happened with Sri Devi also. So what I'm trying to say, कि chartered accountant, this is a practical aspect. Why paid less? Because they are performing postmortem. क्या हुआ उसके बाद चालू होता है, before नहीं. So if you have a client who is not doing well, apply your idea whether it can be grown. Ratan Tata will not come to you for your advice. You have to see potential in your client. Make him, if he has a potential to have a big, then give you idea so he become Ratan Tata. Like I always give example to my staff. If you are traveling in a flight, next seat पे आपको Ratan Tata मिल गया, what you will do? You will take out the phone, take a selfie, and totally upload on your Twitter handle or Facebook and all that. Correct? Or WhatsApp group में डाल दो. I am with Ratan Tata. That's fine. Correct? No, that is not the. If I'm looking at you and looking at, so I'm looking at this. I hope you people are getting what I'm trying to say. I have a lot to say. Sorry, where was I? Ratan Tata. So she takes selfie of it and puts I'm with Ratan Tata. And that's the end of it. Yeah, अरे बहुत बड़ा काम कर रही है, रतन टाटा के साथ आ गया हो गया. So whether you have to study first, Suppose she knows about Tata Group. Sir, your total market cap of all the Tata Group companies is about 7 lakh crore. Out of 79 entities, 39 are listed. You are across all the sectors. You made 3 big acquisitions, Docomo, JLR, overseas, Chorus. Now he's doing very badly in JLR. Tata Motors is the big pain of Mr. N. Chandra. Correct? So you can tell him, sir, you have a problem of JLR. Why you have done this way? Don't question him ki nano. I will put example first. Ki why nano car failed? Some people say because Mamta objected, so we had to move to Gujarat. So this is the issue. Anybody make it? It's a practical aspect, so don't worry about it. Why Nano failed? Exactly. Small car. Aspiration. So all are on the right point. Your मतलब आपका status नीचे होता है. If I come into Nano. हाँ मैं बैठूंगा नहीं. नहीं बराबर बोलता है. मैं आऊँगा नहीं. Nano मत लेकर ना मैं नहीं बैठूंगा. So the product is good. If you see the performance of the product is good, but the way it is perceived, it is poor car. Already poor guy suffering from lot of problems कि मैं low class में हूँ, ये हूँ, cattle class कोई बोल देता है. तो और नैनो लेके उसको स्टेम मार के घूमेगा कि मैं poor हूँ. It could have perceived कि young car. Okay, if you belong 21 to 25, this should be first car. So price may be same, but perceived that young Shahrukh Khan, the one is that. So I'm saying same way you're presenting differently. Had been presented ki young guy driving it, your first car, it is, then you could have been, you don't want to embark stamp ki I'm a poor guy. Correct? This is the reason of failure. Yeah, I'm giving you time to think. I have 10 minutes, so no issue. This is the last time. I'll leave it to the next speaker. Yeah, somebody else. That's why he said he was very lazy. Send me the other speakers' data after I send the presentation. So if somebody else is covering, why should I spend my time? I'll spend time on the other things. So Ratan Tata sitting next to you. Yeah, so he's sitting next to you. No, I will never. Yeah. So say his business. For that you have to study it. If you know about Tata Group, like how TCS was started. TCS is the largest market cap. Market cap of TCS is exceeding entire Pakistan ka market cap stock exchange. Now there are 3 companies: HDFC Bank, Reliance, and TCS, who have exceeded $100 billion market cap. That's what I'm saying. So TCS was started. I'll come back to the Ratan Tata sitting next to you. TCS, how they started? I'll tell you. The Tata Group have long back have started giving incentive to the various performers. To produce this much more, you'll be given incentive. Sell more, you'll be given. But the account and the software, they are only internal service provider. They are not revenue side, not on the revenue side. So your incentives are not there. Whether you prepare balance sheet on 15th April or 15th September does not make much difference for it. So or incentive are not in the for incentive offer to sales guy or incentive offer guy. So the team who are doing software services should be parting incentive with me. At the same time, I'll ensure you that your work will be the first priority. That's how TCS started. They started providing service to outside with the view that employees' resistance were there to take the incentive. and that's how we become a software company. So Tata Project Management was helping them to get the incentive. So if you sit with Ratan Tata, you can say your market cap is 7 lakh crore, TCS is doing well, you're bleeding in the 2 acquisition you made, or some company, Tata Salt, Tata Chemical mein problem hai, ye hai. So what you can do? You can tell him about his business. See, your look, your selfie will not attract me. As it is, excuse me for that. As it is like very reserved person. He would not like it. But if you discuss with him about his business strategies, he'll be more interested, and he will take it out and give it to you. Meet me after so and so. So if you have updated, don't update yourself after you meet the people. You update yourself before it, so when the opportunity comes, you're ready to sell it. You were never knowing the Ratan Tata tere baaju mein baithne wala. It has happened with me. I'll tell you, I'm a very good at my sector in which I provide service, but very poor. Like when I see movie, now I remember, I don't know who's the actress in it or any song. Like when I come back from movie, the song when my daughter puts into the car, and she always asks me, ये कौन से मूवी का सॉन्ग है? नहीं तो मैं बोला, पहले 2 टाइम बोला कि नहीं, अभी तो स्मार्ट हो गया, ये अभी जो मूवी देख के आया ना, तो नेक्स्ट टाइम शी पुट अदर सॉन्ग. So I was traveling in a flight. Manish Malhotra, the designer, who was next seat to me. He was sitting, and there was other client to whom we are going for Delhi for project advisory. So he was very impressed with the discussion with these two. So he is given his card, Manish Malhotra, designer, and given it to me. So I just kept, I given him my card. What are you doing in the evening? I said, I have a meeting. Why can't come you for my event? I said, वो डिजाइनर का सब इवेंट होता है, उसमें मेरी बीवी जाती है, डीजल का जीन्स बोलने को बोलेगी 60,000 रुपीज लगेगा, मैं 6,000 में लेके आऊँगा. Because your interest is not in that. So I don't know. और उसने बुलाया कि शाम को इसका इवेंट है, आप आ जाओ. तो I took option not to go. I came back and I was reading in the newspaper next day morning. उसका फोटो था. So I was telling my wife, अरे कल तो ये मेरे साथ था फ्लाइट में. Manish Malhotra, you don't know? So depend upon your interest. If you are keeping like monthly one in group, you study. So if you get a chance, he come next to you or anywhere you meet, you can discuss about that. So that will attract him. Not your look, not your perfume, not your conduct. Conduct will give you respect. But he will call you for the meeting if you share his weaknesses. And don't tell him that this is wrong. This can be done that way. The moment you say कि इसका report card ले रहा हो, your principal, nobody likes their principal, right? Coming back to as he said to this, because 5 minutes is left. So, can the foreign entity acquire shares of the textile company? He is most practical person. I am saying no. I am telling you, the result is 2 versus 2 and 1 is say no. Okay, so when there is a confusion, say no. Because what happened, the object of the entire proposal is developing the textile land. If the object is reviving the textile mill for something, then surplus land can be sold. Then it is yes. Same thing, how you present it, you will get answer yes or no. Second, you have to put condition, it should be get listed. If you get listed, then if you hold more than 10%, then again FDR will come into picture. For that, you have to say that, okay, I'm going to revive this company. So if you're putting 1,000 crore into company, you may have to spend 200 crore to get into India. By reviving textile unit, which you know that sure it is going to be a failure. You do this business, then surplus land you can sell it. It is a byproduct. It should not be a main business. नहीं तो otherwise कर लिया, पूरा साफ कर दिया, ये कर दिया. No. Again, that 10% limit has to be kept in. Can the entity acquire land? I am acquiring textile unit. When I say land, बताऊंगा मैं textile unit ले रहा हूँ, but मैं actually land building ले रहा हूँ. No, I'll say no. Again, same object you have to see. Third, will it make a difference to the above in case of textile company listed on the or unlisted. It makes huge difference. If it's unlisted or listed. If it is listed, you can take less than 10%, you avoid FDI. If it is unlisted, gone. Gone. This is all. Rest all is like, for the next speaker. So I told you first to 17, not mine. 37 onwards, not mine. But it is, I'm giving you, so you can spend your Saturday or Sunday. I hope. Any questions on substance and form? So she will be preparing for Tata Group or Infosys Group when you get an exit to it.
एक दो क्वेश्चन ले लो, मैं जरा वो फोटोग्राफ आता है ना, लेके आता हूँ, लिखा हुआ। पुष्पक जी, अभी just a minute, he is going out to get some memento. We generally give, you know. नहीं नहीं, एक स्पेशल मोमेंटो है। गिफ्ट लेने में जाता हूँ, इसको ताज मना कर। नहीं, एक डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ जेस्चर है, तो हाँ। तो एक मिनट स्पेंड करने के लिए, ये जो आपका क्वेश्चन था लास्ट, उसका एक रीजन बताएंगे क्यों एफडीआई परमिटेड नहीं है आपके हिसाब से?
Again, when say FDI permitted है कि नहीं है? See, he is making a bid for textile, but the substance is that he is going to develop the land. So his note and all that has to revive, and also not only note, the action should speak that he has tried to put money into investment of textile industry, not into the real estate.
Even if it is in the land, then FDI is permitted in the company, no? Otherwise, if it is even if it's the land.
You have seen that,
FDI provision.
Any instrument by which you are purchasing, which gives you right of the land. I put the slide into the board. I show it to you. So that clause come into. So you may be happy today, but tomorrow you will come with a lot of, and my business of the jail will improve.
Sir, assuming that he is putting an effort to revive the textile industry, then also it is not.
No, then it is there. Not only a note, action has to say. Then let's say textile.
Also he gets the right in the land.
Yes, because he is putting to revive into textile industry. He will say, okay, I am putting up 1 unit. If it succeeds, then I'll put a backward integration or forward integration. So that paper has to work. Because when I get an opinion of 2 people say yes, no, and 2 people no, then there is a substance that no. Then you have to see my conduct in that way. It comply with other. I don't want to take head on to the authority. Lots of game nahi khelna hai.
Friend, Pushpak ji has really delivered a very live talk, giving various examples, and really it was very interesting in a very humorous style. I think we laugh a lot today. Actually, it was like a show with Kapil Sharma. We can say it was show with. It was rather than a presentation which is generally happens. It was a show with Pushpak Shah. So really we enjoyed also. And not only that, we really got insight, like, deep insight in the subject. You got mastery over that. So this is a small gesture, it's not a gift, but a remembrance with us, you spending time with us. And now I request Vijay ji to propose a well-deserved vote of thanks. I hope you don't mind, sir. At least vote of thanks ले लेंगे हमसे.
लेना ही पड़ेगा.
बस ले लीजिए. कुछ बोलना है आपको?
I'll tell you. See, the preference shares, previously it was considered as a equity. After 2007, it has gone into a debt. Then ECB guidelines has to apply. This amendment came because of my deal. I'll tell you substance over it. There was one company where the valuation was carried out. I'm giving all hypothetical numbers. The valuation of the entire land parcel of the company is 10,000 crore. I'm just giving wrong number. 10,000 crore. There is one pocket of the property which is valued at 1,000 crore, but there was restriction but there was a restriction of some forest issue whether it can be developed or not. So entire diligence happened. The valuation of 10,000 agreed, but there was a red flag on the diligence that this property have a forest pen entry, which is 1947 में issue किया था, लेकिन acquisition नहीं किया. मूल उनका issue, Godrej just filed it. Company name I'm not telling you. It is all publicly available. So this deal will not flow. The investment was $150 million in 2005 when the dollar rate was 48.49. How to bridge that gap? You are willing to invest. You are willing to give me 10,000 crore, but there is one property valuation 10,000 crore. One property which value is 1,000 crore. Developer feels it is a temporary issue. It can be resolved. Private equity says, how can I put the money for which I know that it is not going to be developed or it is going to take time? वो प्राइवेट इक्विटी वाला ना बोरीवली का ट्रेन पकड़ता है ना, वो बोलेगा मैं चर्चगेट तक रहे साथ हो, लेकिन वो उतरने को पुलिस कांदीवाली से ही खड़ा हो जाएगा, मैं अभी उतरू अभी. करेक्ट है ना? डेस्परेट रहते हैं ना बेचारे, उनका टाइम वैल्यू ऑफ मनी है. लाइक इफ यू हैव लैंड, डेवलपर बोलता है वो दूध पीता है, कोई भाव बढ़ेगा ही. बट इफ यू हैव लैंड बैंक, साथ में बैंक भी है तो खून पीता है. Sindhi, Marwadi, Punjabi. Mix okay होता है. So what I'm trying to say, there was a gap of 1,000 crore valuation. Then we designed the instrument. We said, okay, I'm giving you 10% equity for you put 1,000 crore into the company. Now, since 10% of the value is questionable, so I give you put 900 crore, 100 crore I give you preference shares. I put a condition of preference shares. If 2 years you give me moratorium, I will get it converted into 2 years. If I am not able to develop it, get approvals for it, I'll pay you 12%. Ironic, 10% coupon rate on the preference shares. Third year 12%, fourth year 12%, fifth year I am not able to develop, then I'll redeem preference shares at the full value. So he is financially protected. Now, if I able to get approval, then I will convert your preference shares at 1 rupee. I will forfeit. That time section 56 is not there. Then we filed the application to RBI. RBI says, this is not equity. It is a contingent instrument. I said, definition of equity includes preference shares. They tried, I visited 30 times to RBI ministry with lawyers with me. Ultimately, they agreed, yes, you have done right thing, but they are amended. Prospective, not retrospective. वो तो यार Vodafone थोड़ी है मैं. So these are the practical aspects you have to see. Thank you. No, my pleasure.
I think on T now.
Yeah, 5-10 minutes, definitely. It's booming, going to boom. But don't do the business the way you're doing.
So on behalf of everyone who's sitting here and those who are watching it on the web, we must thank Mr. Shah for this very elaborate, very practical and very I'm